Hey yo, what's up y'all? Welcome to a brand new YouTube video. I haven't made one of these vlog type videos in a while. I've been doing more podcasts, obviously, because that's what people want to see. But I actually couldn't do it because my camera wasn't working. So I got it kind of working for now, so hopefully it stays that way. It turns off and it does all type of weird shit. It's a very expensive camera. I'm not trying to buy a new one, gotta be honest with you. Will I have to eventually? Probably. But for now, I'm gonna hold off as long as possible from doing that. And it's so far so good. So let's film this. Hopefully it don't turn off on me. If it does, and I just cut to the next scene. Yeah, he's super friendly if you want to play one. Yeah, of course, yeah. So yeah, it's one of those things. Today we got Push, we have Revival, my favorite gym in SoCal. I want to say the best gym, but I haven't been to every gym out here. But from the ones I've been to, this is my favorite one. My style of gym, really old school, kind of, you know, the hardcore. Let me not say hardcore, that's overused. But the old school machines that I like and I appreciate. So we're gonna hit a Push day. I'm gonna keep it short because this shit should probably already turned off. But I'm gonna go check in a second. But I don't want it to turn off on me, so I'm gonna keep it quick. Maybe do a voiceover or something like that. But let's get into it. So I have stopped shoulder pressing, like completely stopped shoulder pressing, just because I felt like it was redundant. You do all these presses and shit for chest, the last thing you need is more presses, right? Like, I got more than, if I'm doing a push workout and I do 3-4 presses heavy, that shoulder press is just redundant. My front delts are more than working up. And side delts and rear delts are more important to me anyways. They really give you that cap. So I started focusing on side delts on push day and more rear delts on back day. But then one day I wanted to just sit. One day I just wanted to shoulder press for fun, and I did it, and I was so weak, it was embarrassing. So then I started shoulder pressing again. Lo and behold, once I started shoulder pressing again, my shoulders started acting up. I try to get into my front poses, I can't open up. Even my rear, relax, couldn't open up. So I'm like, yo, fuck this. Like, leave the ego alone. My shoulders were looking fine. My shoulders didn't get smaller. Shoulders looked fine. Recovery was way better, and my chest was actually looking better. So back to not shoulder pressing. You know, leave my ego at home and stop worrying about how weak I am on shoulder press. It's irrelevant. So cut that back out, and I'm hopefully gonna start feeling better again in my shoulders. flies, you gotta do it right. If you're gonna do flies and bullshit and put the stack and do this shit, I mean, you can put the stack, but if you are gonna put the stack, you better do it with perfect form. All of this shit for flies, might as well do a press and just stay away from flies altogether. Juice, my business. I started doing my lateral raises a little different now. It's been an exercise that in the past I didn't really feel like that. I would get a decent pump, but I wouldn't really connect like that. Come here, Juice. Come here, boy. Sit. Sit. You wanna come over? Juice wanna come hang out. He didn't want to be over there. But like I was saying, yeah, I changed how I did it. I'm doing it more like I'm saying this because I'm gonna use this term because they're the ones who I've always seen do it this way. But RP strength, I'm not like a RP strength athlete, or I don't even know what the training style is, to be honest. But I don't even know what that means, honestly. But all I know is all the guys who fuck with the RP strength stuff, they do the lateral raises by coming all the way up and around, right? Whether they do a machine or dumbbell. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and feels fucking fantastic. Less weight, no shoulder pain, and a pretty crazy shoulder pump. So I'm sold on those now. So that's my new way of doing it. Check me out. I hit my head on the fucking sheet. Hope I'm not bleeding. But anyways, yeah, so the machine actually stops you from coming all the way around, but that's more than enough range of motion. Definitely felt the contraction. Another thing I noticed is it's really hard to train to failure on a side lateral machine because there's really no set point of where the range of motion ends as far as contraction. So there's really no contraction because you're kind of stopping before your shoulder completely shortens. You're getting a stretch, but you get almost zero contraction coming up 90 degrees, you know. I don't really train arms like that, but when I'm at a gym like this that has nice machines, not only do I train arms, I use machines that I pretty much never, if I do arms, if I do arms at all, it's probably gonna be 3 working sets on a cable. But being that I'm here and I just saw this machine, I'm gonna just do this machine just because it's fun to try new things. Juice, sit. Juice, sit. Sit. Good boy. Oh, y'all, that's a wrap. Quick push day. My workouts are pretty short. Six working sets to failure on the working sets. No, I was gonna say working sets. You would assume it's to failure, but not always the case. The only thing I don't go to true failure on is squats. It looks like I'm going to failure, but when I say true failure, I mean you legitimately have no more reps in no matter what. I know if I take a half a second and catch my breath, I could probably pull off another 1-2 reps realistically. But what that's gonna do is that's gonna fry my central nervous system, and that'll be the end of the workout. And then plus, now next leg day, I'm not recovered. So recovery is key. So leg press, leg extensions, leg curls, everything else, even RDLs, everything else I go to failure. But squats in particular, if I go to failure, it does more bad than good. Like I said, failure nowadays means different things for different people, because I remember Jay said he didn't train to failure, but you watch his videos, that is failure to most people, the way he trained. But we know what he means. Like if he really wanted, like, no matter what, to force out some reps, even if the form isn't 100%, even if the form is 80%, which is still good, he could get some more reps, right? So when I say not to failure, that's what I mean. But today was push day, so everything was to failure, true failure, and I did 6 working sets for chest. I did 4 working sets for side delts, and then I did 2 working sets, right? 2 working sets for triceps, 2 or 3 working sets for triceps, something like that. Close enough. A lot of my working out is instinctive, how I feel that day. This is something you do when you have the experience. A beginner, I think you should be more set in your ways. I think you should have a plan and execute it every single time. But at the point I'm at, everything is about feel. I did Smith press because my shoulders acting up. I didn't want to do any free weights, so I didn't do any dumbbells, any barbells. And honestly, I'm probably gonna stay away from those for some time. I was posing earlier today for check-ins, and I couldn't open up my shoulders. It looked lopsided. I don't like that shit. I wasn't in pain, I look very bound up, and I don't like that shit at all. That shit can set you back. If you watch Mark Hector, these past couple of shows, man, I love his physique, but that shoulder thing really holds him back. You know, like he can't open up at all, and he loses poses that I know he would win because he has crazy shape, crazy arms, crazy shoulders, crazy waist. He should be killing all those front poses, but he can't hit it. You know, unfortunately, but. At least he's able to compete, and he's able to place high, so he's probably okay. But yeah, so we killed Push Day. By we, I mean me and Juice. Hugo the Juice Man over there, and I don't really know what else to update you guys on. I should probably should have thought about that. Maybe I should speak about my competition plans. I guess I haven't talked about it, so I wasn't gonna talk about it. I don't know why, but. I don't do those secrets. I'm not nobody special. I'm not fucking, you know, it's like I'm not special enough to have secrets about competitions, like straight up. So no ghost prep for me, you know. But I'm gonna do nationals in December. The only reason I didn't want to say it, I guess, is because I wanted to see how it felt. I wanted to see if my body was really feeling a little run down. So I wanted to make sure I'm not gonna do a show unless I can be better. I'm not showing up looking the same or worse ever again. At least, you know, unless it's completely out of my control. But I'll never do a show if I don't feel like I can be my best. So the way I was feeling recovery-wise, if things didn't look up by this point would be like right now we're like 14 weeks out, something like that. If I wasn't feeling better by this point, there would be no point because I wouldn't be able to make improvements, right? I'm only 10 pounds up from stage, 10 or 15 pounds up from stage. So it's not a body fat thing per se. Like I don't need a long time to prep, but to make improvements, I need some weeks to make improvements. So in these 14 weeks, I mean, 8 to 10 of those, well, not 10, about 8 of those, I'm gonna be still going for performance, as you see me doing today, trying to improve body parts still and add some tissue, right? I'm not gonna drive the food way up for no reason to put on body fat. But what I will do is have the food at a place that I can recover from and progress from, which would be in a surplus, but the surplus is really close to maintenance. So there's days that I'm in maintenance and there's days that I'm in a surplus. So it balances out, right? So it's kind of like a push-pull. So I kind of learned this from Milos. Like, just because you're in a fat burner phase doesn't mean you have to be burning fat every day of the week or even every part of the day, you know? So, you know, some coaches might do 4 days fat burning, 2 days of filling out, right? Shit. Milo sometimes does it even in the same day. He might have fat burning in the morning with fasted cardio and low calories. Then around the workout, he's super anabolic, right? So it's like you depleted all day and then you're really filling out later on in the day. So it's like the best of both worlds, you know? So not just on a week scale, you're going by the day scale and the week scale and the month scale. So there's this push and pull where that's why his athletes can kind of like do multiple shows and still make improvements, right? Because he's looking at everything as phases, which is what I'm doing. Instead of just saying, let me just hold my condition and just hold the exact same weight. Some people do that in between shows. Some people just have some refeed days and then hold the same weight, fill out, deplete, all the way into the show, where I'm more in a surplus maintenance, maybe, well, I try not to be in a deficit at all right now, but surplus maintenance, you know. So anyways, I'm prepping myself, so I'm doing my own off seasons, rebounds, the whole nine. So this is, I look at it as a rebound back into a prep. Yeah, so you're not gonna make a ton of gains, but bro, 3 pounds of muscle in the right places is a lot. I know people don't think that, but it's a lot. And 2 weeks before USA's, I got a bad stomach bug. So that means I'll probably have another 3 pounds already to account for, maybe more. of tissue that I've lost, or fullness that I lost. Fullness tissue, similar. That so if I don't get a stomach bug or sick 2 weeks or a week out from the show, I can account for that 3 pounds. And if I add another 3 pounds, now we're talking 6-7 pounds. That's a fucking lot. If I have 7 pounds of dry, hard, grainy tissue on stage, that's a different bodybuilder. So that's the goal. The goal is to be bigger, harder, slightly. I'm not delusional, but slightly is a big difference. You know, at any high level of bodybuilding, including nationals, I mean, separation between 1, 2, and 3 is not a huge difference. If you look at this year's lineup, it was God damn, how am I forgetting everybody's name? Holy fuck, this is bad. I'm getting old or something. Chris Knox. It was Chris Knox. It was Pete, and it was me. There's not this huge fucking gaping difference between us 3. Chris was aired on the side of fullness. Pete aired on the side of condition. I kind of tried to blend a little bit of both. So, right? And then I was more of a shape guy. You had the grainy guy, and then you had Chris Knox, is more of a kind of a shape guy, kind of like a, yeah, I would call him a shape guy. So, anyways, I'm rambling. The camera, I don't know how long the camera's gonna last, so let me get my ass up out of here. So, from Revival Fitness, the best gym in SoCal. That's it for me, your boy, and Juice. And I'll see y'all guys in the next one. Peace out. Oh yeah, make sure I like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at BodyFall, TikTok BodyFall. Email me for coaching at teammacho2os@gmail.com, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.